So now that we've added our assets and our packages, let's go on ahead and start creating our UI for registration. So for that, let's come back to our, let's minimize this. We come back to our lib here, and then we right click, we create a new directory. This will be for authentication. Let's right click over here and create a new .dat file. Let's say the first one, let's call it a registration. Screen, and then let's import the material package. We can create a stateful widget. We are going to name it registration screen. Here, let's return a scaffold. We can remove this constant. So this scaffold, let's give it a body, which is going to be the safe area. And then the safe area will have a child. We'll give it a single child scroll view. And then the single child scroll view, we can have a child of a center widget. And then the center widget will also have a child. Let's give it a column. Maybe let's wrap this column with our padding widget, and then for the padding, let's give it a symmetric. For vertical, we'll give it 25. Then for horizontal, let's give it 35. And then the column will have children. So the first child is going to be a container. Let's give this container some decoration. We have a box decoration. We have a border.o. And then let's we can give it the color. This let's give it a black color, and then the width we can maybe 2. The border radius, we're going to give it a huge border radius because we want to make sure this is round. So let's give it something like 90. And then this container will have a child, which will be a circular avatar. Let's give this a radius of let's say 80. And then let's now give it a background image. So for the background image, we are going to give it our image from our assets. Let's create a service class first. We right click on our lib and then directory. Let's create a service, and then let's right click here. Then we create a .dat file, and then let's call it assets manager. Then we say class assets manager. First, let's create a static string, which will be first let's get the image path. this one, we know that it's a assets slash images. This is where we are getting all our images. And then now for the specific image, again, we'll call static string, which is going to be maybe user icon. We're going to first, we take the image path, and then from the image path we have what we name it, user icon, user icon dot png, just like that. So this is where we're getting our user icon. We can go ahead and close that, and then back here, back on our background image, we can call our assets image, assets, that's the asset image. Here we'll call our asset manager, our new asset manager, the one that we just created, dot user icon. Okay, so let's switch back to our light theme, and then to see our registration screen, we need to go back to our main.dat. Then instead of calling our home screen, we can call our registration screen. And then let's stop the application and run it again. So let's just wait for application to start up. So maybe let's close what we are not using here. The application is starting. Okay, so we are loading our user icon, but actually this is not what we want to show here. So we need to show our OpenAI logo. So let's minimize this. We need to come back to our services and asset manager, and then here we can also just copy this, then paste it here. Let's say OpenAI logo. Then what are we calling this? That's OpenAI dash logo. Let's just go back, OpenAI, and then logo. Then we can this is a JPG, yes, and then we can just close this, and then here we can call our OpenAI logo like that. Let's hot restart. Yeah, that's what we want. So next, just after this container, we can first call our sized box. Let's give it a height of 20. Then below this size box, we can call our text widget. So for the text, we'll say register let's give this text some style, which comes from text style. So for the font size, we can give it a font size of 22. And then for the font weight, let's give it a bold font weight dot bold. And then let's just have a look and see how this looks. Let's hot restart. Okay, that's look fine. Let's copy this size box, and after this text we can put another size box. Then maybe let's reduce this one to 10, and then let's copy this text again. After this size box we can paste it, and then here we can say add your phone number, and then let's reply like it's the AI which is speaking to our user. I will send you a verification code. So let's hot restart there, but our text is not looking fine. Let's just reformat this for a bit. What we can do here is we can add the alignment here, the alignment property, text alignment. We can have text alignment dot center. Then we can also reduce this font here to like 14. That looks much better. So after this text, we can again copy this size box and then come down here, paste it. Let's again increase this to 20. And then after here, now we can have our text field. Let's get the text form field, this one. Let's hot restart. There's our text form field. Let's just add some properties. So first, we're going to need the controller. So let's go up here and initialize our controller. Say final, let's just say text editing controller. We'll say font controller is equals to text editing controller, and then we can come back here and then also just give it our font controller. And then next, let's give it a maybe text input action, text input text input action. This will be done. We only have one here. And then let's give it a keyboard type, text input type dot number, and then let's give it maybe the on change, or we can do that later. Let's give it some style, which comes from text style. For that, the font size, let's give it 18. The font weight, let's say font weight dot bold. Let's maybe that's all for the styling. Next, let's give it some decoration. It's a input decoration. Let's maybe the hint text. We will say enter phone number. Let's also give it the hint style, which also comes from a text style. We'll give it the same font size to match with our text up there. Maybe we can go back here and give it a max length. Let's start with 10.